I need to be careful. I think it would be wrong for me to be sloppy here, to just say that there is like a 1-to-1 ratio connection. Are you suffering? Well, then it's because you're disobedient. Don't take that out of context, please. I'm saying that's a bad thing. That's a wrong thing. That's something I think that sloppy theologians would say, that there's always a 1-to-1 ratio between something wrong that you did and then a corrective means of discipline that God is bringing into your life. I would say that not everything painful we experience is the result of disobedience. Nor would I say that every disobedient thing that we do has an immediate connection between an experience of chastening that takes afterwards. I think the real danger is when we try to connect, the rough patch that we're going through with something that's going on. I think to insist on that is to do violence to the New Testament. But I also would say to refuse to consider that also does violence to the New Testament. We need to think, God, are you trying to rouse my attention through this painful circumstance? Like King David, after this drought or whatever that took place, year 1 comes and goes. That was odd. We usually get more rain than that. Year 2 comes and goes. We're kind of feeling a pinch. We're an agricultural society. We really could go for some rain. Year 3 comes and goes. And David says, is this something to do? Is there sin in the camp? Lord, what's going on? And then after the 3rd year of experiencing a national hardship, he turns to God in prayer. I would propose to us that in light of Hebrews 12 and 1 Corinthians 11, in these explicit passages, that we should think, have I turned to God in prayer about this? Not just to say, God help, or God make it stop, but sometimes it's, God, are you calling attention to something that I should be aware of? See, as we'll come back to it when we continue our journey through 2 Samuel, there was something David was totally unaware of, but that he needed to deal with. And God, in essence, just turned the heat up on the national scene for a while. And of course, as the king, he's going to hear about it the most. And so that causes him to pay attention or to ask, what needs to change in my life or in my kingdom? So I would say that, my friends, is something for us to consider. The hardship that we're enduring, the pain that's there, is there a cause? Is there a reason? I'm not saying karma, but I'm saying, is God instructing you in some way? Now, we also don't want to be as foolish as Job's friends and think that we're able to prescribe and describe what's going on in other people's lives. But we can ask ourselves, we can assess ourselves. 1 Corinthians 11 speaks about the Lord's Supper as a great time to examine ourselves and to see what's going on in our heart. And so that's one of the reasons why we serve the Lord's Supper so regularly here at our church, is that it gives us an opportunity to look inward and think, well, how am I doing? How is my relationship with the Lord right now? And it's a great opportunity week after week to repent. Now, my friends, you certainly don't need to wait until Sunday morning at 12:20 in order to have your chance to assess yourself and to repent. But I just want to build that into our weekly life, that we're examining ourselves, that we're looking inward and we're looking outward to the cross, and then it gives us a chance to consider